A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about divisional charts and a dictum of Seshadri Ayyaji. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. In case you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. So, divisional charts. They are very important because they talk about a certain area of life that we need to know more on. Because as we all know, each house talks about so many areas. So when we are talking about specific areas of life, these divisional charts come in handy. As per BPHS chapter number 7 and 8, we will find that in the Vimshopakbal, there are times when a particular divisional chart gets more points than the Rashi chart. In that case, can we afford to avoid the Rashi chart? Seshadri ji says, no, we can't, and we shouldn't. It is very important for the timing of events, and timing of events is something that we are all looking for because we all want to know when is something going to happen. So Seshadri ji says that when we are looking at the timing of events, it's very important to locate that planet in which is affecting that particular house. For example, say we are talking about marriage, then we look at the 7th lord. We can look at the planet aspecting the 7th house. We can see the planet which is sitting with the 7th lord. In that case, if that planet during its dasha, antardasha and pratyantardasha is what we are looking at, if that very planet is well placed in the D9 house, it's also relating to the 7th house of the D9 or the Lagna of the D9. It is very capable of giving us a marriage. Similarly, for childbirth, because there are very few aspects of life that one is really, if we consider, we are more bothered about our job, our wealth, our children, our parents, and we are also bothered about our marriage. So now we can carry the same dictum to the houses, to the 5th house, for the 5th house and profession. So if we are talking about children, the D7 comes into play, and the 5th house of the Rasi chart becomes important. So whichever lord's dasha is in operation, if it has a connection with the 5th lord of the D1 or the 5th house of the D1 by PAC, a position, aspect or conjunction, and we find that it is also related with the D7 Lagna or the D7 5th house. In that case, we can say that the person will get a child during that period. I'd follow the Antardasha and Pratyantar more because Dasha is quite a long period of time. Again, when we're talking about the profession, the same dictum holds true. This dictum says that if the planet has association with the 10th house and the 6th house, when we're talking about profession, always remember that the 6th house comes into play. When we're talking about business, then the 7th house comes into play. So if that planet has a PAC with the 10th and the 6th of the Rashi chart, and similarly shows a connect with the 10th, 6th and the Lagna of the D10 chart, then we can say that the person will have a good job during that period. We can say the person, if it's about the business, then we'll replace the 6th house with the 7th house and the 7th lord, and we can say that the person will have a business which will proliferate, which will grow during that period. It is conducive for a good work during that time. So let us take a couple of examples here. Here is the dictum that is given by Ayarji, and I have explained it to you in detail. Before we move forward, there are many such dictums by Ayarji, and we have also put forward videos on divisional charts. We have a divisional charts course coming up, wherein I will be explaining each of these dictums along with how to apply it to various divisional charts for everybody. So if you want to enroll, please call us on our WhatsApp number or write to us on our WhatsApp or directly enroll from the website with the given website in the description. So here we are taking the chart of a person who got married during the Jupiter Pratyantar Dasha. Now let us see how Jupiter connects with the 7th house of the D1 and the 7th house of the D9. We know that Jupiter is the Lord. We can see this is a Virgo Lagna chart with in the D1, with Jupiter being the 7th Lord of the D1. And in the D9, we see that Jupiter is placed in the 7th house. It's a very clear-cut case. But then Jupiter gave its results in the Pratyantar. So the Dasha Lord and the Antardasha Lord should also show some connectivity. If we see the Dasha Lord is Mercury. Mercury, as what Sheshadri ji said, that even if it's in the nakshatra of Jupiter, which it is in Vishakha nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of Jupiter, connects Jupiter to the Dasha Lord. And Jupiter is also sitting with Rahu. And thus Jupiter was capable of giving the person marriage during its Dasha Antardasha period. I have another example where I see that Saturn, though it's not the 7th Lord, but it is sitting in the 7th house. And in the D1 and in the D9, it is placed in the 9th house, which talks about the legality of marriage. So this person, during the Saturn Dasha, Antardasha and Pratyantar, got married. What more? It was during this period of Saturn Antardasha only when the legality of the marriage also took place. Childbirth is another example. Here we see that the person is running a Mercury Dasha, and Mercury is sitting in the D1 chart in the 12th house with Venus, which is the 5th Lord, because the Lagna here is Capricorn. So Mercury and Venus are together and aspected by Saturn. Saturn is also the Lagna Lord. When we talk about the D7 chart, we see that Mercury is in the 7th house of the D7, aspecting the Lagna. And Saturn is in the 4th house of the D7, aspecting the Lagna. So these two planets are quite capable of giving a child. And here we see that the child to the person was born in the Dasha of Mercury, Antardasha of Saturn, and Pratyantar of Mercury. Now one can always ask about why Rahu Ketu being on the Lagna, the child was born of a C-section. So we can always say it's very important to correlate the D1 and the D respective divisional chart about which we are talking. If you are interested to know more, our course, as I repeat, is starting soon on this Saturday and Sunday, and you can enroll and learn a lot more. Till we meet with you again, stay safe.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.